Are you a huge wrestling fan? Do you enjoy watching the WWE? If so, then check out Wrestling Discussions, my second podcast that's available on all streaming platforms where I discuss WWE topics. So tune in today. Welcome, everyone, to episode 29 of Aspiring Discussions. I'm your host, Ashley Janae, and I just want to thank God for blessing me to do another episode. And thank you all for your tremendous support. I truly appreciate it. And today I have a special guest. She's from the west side of Chicago. She's a talented hairstylist. She's an entrepreneur. She's a mother, a mentor, a good friend. And I'm going to just say it. She's a future podcaster, and she's a survivor, and she's also a life coach. So please help me welcome Miss Rashee Allen to Aspiring Discussions. So how are you today?
I am great. Thank you for that introduction. That was absolutely beautiful, girl. Don't make me tear up.
Nah. You deserve it. You deserve it. And you know what's funny? I was telling my last guest about, how I do with my introductions. I just want to make sure that you all are relevant and then people know a lot of information about you. So that's
Yes,
what I try
ma'am.
to do.
I received all of that. Thank you so much. But
Oh,
I am
yeah.
doing absolutely well today.
Exactly. It's another day, so we don't have nothing to complain about.
I mean, even if we could, it would make no sense, no way, right?
Exactly, right. Yeah, that's how life is, though. Life be life and
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes, but only thing we could do is just keep on moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. So could you tell the listeners a little bit more about yourself?
Absolutely. So I have been a mom for 18 years. My daughter is gay, so she'll be going into her first year of college. I also have a background in education, so I come from working in the school system, diverse learner teacher for 12 years, off and on various um, positions in the school system. So that kind of ignited that me going into the life coaching space, um, as well as entrepreneurship. As a full time stylist now, I have been delivered from the school system for about 6 or 7 years. It should be coming up on seven, but I loved it. And I still find my way of loving on people because majority of my clients are some of my students and some of my parents from the school. So just that full circle turnaround, and then the diving into the coaching realm. I've been a life coach now for 4 years. So that's two entrepreneurial spaces. So again, this full circle turnaround has been amazing. But yes, that is me in a nutshell. Like I said, your introduction gave it all, girl. I I didn't even know what to say about my own self. Like, okay, give me girl. But yes, all of those amazing things have led me to this current point of my life and the position that I hold and the purpose that I have that God has given me to bless people not only through doing their hair, but also through conversation. My two loves, I put them both together, conversation and hair. And so we just got this. What we got? Sophisticated Simone's Miss Rashee Allen.
All right, all right. I hear that. Yep. So now when did you know it was time for you to take that next step to becoming a life coach to help others?
Heard it for so many years of just like, man, you're really great with conversation. You're really great with like talking to people. And I was like, well, that's naturally in me. It's not something that I was looking to do. But it wasn't until I left the school system and I went through my very first they called it separation anxiety along with depression and anxiety. So, along with depression and anxiety together, leaving that school system of people that I had known all of these years was very new to me. And so it sent me on a slow spiral kind of into this heavy depression space. And that's what came about. That even in the midst of what I thought was bad or a really good transition, but bad timing, that he prepared me to be in position to give to people from an empathetic space in ways that I couldn't do while working in the school system. So it wasn't something that I immediately took to. It was something that it wasn't until I kind of hit a low where I had no one else to seek but God during that journey. And that's what he gave to me is that I want to put you in a position where you're able to meet people right where they are. No judgment, no biases, And that's something I knew that the world needed more than anything. And so he allotted me that purpose to do that. So I was definitely excited about that part when I finally did receive the calling to help people understand their lives differently in a gentle way, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes plenty of sense because we do need positive people out there to help other people because it's like you've been there and done that, so it's like easy for you to relate to other people's situation, and some people need that too. Because I know with therapy, it may not be all that easy for people because it's like I guess they afraid they may not find what they're looking for, or that person may not be able to relate to them. So it's just
So
good to like look into things like that can help other people. And I felt like being a life coach for you was perfect.
thank you so much for
Uh,
that. Yeah, it's been a beautiful story thus far.
oh yeah, and then you said you've been doing it for 4 years, so that just says a lot right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, what are some of the pros and cons to becoming a life coach?
The we'll start with the cons. I like to always end on a positive note if possible. The cons are you really have to know yourself first and be aware of how to set very clear and structured boundaries. Why? Because when people realize that you have something that they need, they're not always conscious about how they pull on the energy of the person that's giving out the overflow of love, joy, sympathy, empathy, all of those things. They're not really conscious. It's not even malicious at times. They need it, and so they're attaching to the person who has this thing. To the person who has it, if you're again not aware of yourself, you can easily be depleted energy wise, mentally. That fatigue will happen because it is a lot of work to talk to people and hear their problems along with if you have your own. So being able to separate the two, not taking anything personal that anyone is speaking about or information they're dropping off. You definitely have to be in a healed or a healing space for yourself to be able to sit with someone else and work through some of their emotional problems or traumas or things that are weighing them down that they're trying to process or figure out. That's definitely one of the biggest cons. But I'll say everything else, if you have your niche and you know what it is that you're doing, just being mindful about staying in that bracket. The other con, because I only have two really, understanding that you're not a therapist, that you cannot fix or resolve someone's issues or quote unquote, what they have going on. That's not your responsibility. You're supposed to guide along, give some tools, those type of things. But you definitely have to be careful as a life coach of how you weave into some of those traumatic spaces with people because we're not trained to be therapists. It can seem like it, but we're not. So you definitely have to be very cautious of that. Which goes back to being aware of yourself and knowing when to offer resources for something or to someone for something greater than what you can offer. The pros are for sure seeing the fulfillment or seeing clients put to action what you all have discussed and to see them thriving on the other side of what they originally came in to seek help for or help or support for. The other pro is learning about so many different people's backgrounds. It keeps you definitely grounded in humility. It keeps you grounded in gratefulness because what we think might be really huge problems for us, somebody's going through something 10 times more than that, and never ever taken away from, what I have going on because mine matters too. But on the other end of that, when you are in a business of supporting someone else, you kind of doubt yourself a tad bit so that that person gets exactly what they need. So that's something that's very intricate in the pro space of being a life coach and getting to see all of these different dynamics of personalities from people. It's so rewarding in that sense.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it seemed like it's a mixture of both, though, but it's still rewarding at the end of the day because it's like you there, and sometimes people just need for you to listen to what they are going through.
Absolutely.
Yep, it's like you pretty much giving them a good ear. It's like you just there to listen to them too, and then see what you can do to really help them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, how long does it take to become a certified life coach?
Well, it depends on the program that you go through. The program that I went through, it's at your own pace. It took me about 3 months. I wanted to walk it kind of slowly, if that's considered slow. I wanted to walk it kind of slowly because I wanted to make sure that I was truly taking in all of the information. I had some things that I had naturally, but there were some things on the back end that I needed to know business wise. There's some things I needed to know confidentiality wise, on what I could share, what I could not share, what that looks like. You know, being on the other side, not being the client, but actually being the professional who is doing the work. That role has to switch. So it definitely depends on the program that you're going into, and then what type of certification you're looking for. If you want to do globally, if you want to do internationally, so you can always go back for more accreditations, but your basic or my basic license, I'm sorry, certification was it took me 3 months to get certified. And I literally got certified the day before the world closed down for the pandemic.
Oh,
When that
wow.
happened, yes, when that happened, I was just like, okay, God, this has to be you, because that was just way too coincidental to get my certification the day before the pandemic closed the world down.
Wow. Yep, I agree. That definitely was God because he knew he put you on here to help other people, and then he didn't want you to waste that opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, yeah, well, that's awesome then. And now, as of right now, do you plan on releasing a book, or would you rather just do seminars to discuss your life story?
Well, I believe I'm in a space of both. My life story, for sure. I believe that it's still being curated as,
Right.
as we speak, but I definitely have had people share that with me on a multitude of levels and a multitude of times. And man, we if you write a book, we'll read it, you know. Um, so I am definitely in the book realm. I can't say if that's going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, but I'll say it's within a 5 year. It won't be more than 5 years, to say yes to the book and have it done. The
Yeah.
other part, as far as seminars, I like human interaction. Books are really great to have at home, take notes, that fun stuff. I really like close proximity of being with people. I am an extreme empath, means that I feel very deeply, and so I like to feel the energy of people. It helps kind of guide my intuition and my discernment. It guides my prayers, and when I'm asked, if I'm feeling something from a particular individual, being able to pray in the midst of the conversation that God will give me what that person will need, that it wouldn't be me speaking, if that makes sense. Like, but
Hmm.
I want it to fall on sound ears, and so I'm going to seek guidance in the midst of the conversation so that they hear the words that they need to connect with their heart. So I'm very intentional about that space. I don't just speak to just any and everybody. Energy definitely matters to me, so I'm very, very particular about that part. But definitely both, seminars, webinars, classes, the one-on-ones. I'm here for all of those things in the book. So I'll say both.
Okay. Now, with seminars, now, would you ever want to go international, or would you rather just focus on the States for right now?
I will go wherever the Lord leads me to go. There,
Okay.
I don't have a cap on it. I realize at times we tend to put caps on, or restrictions, on what we're given when we're given this gift or this purpose to talk to people, heal people, or those that have this empathy naturally. So I don't want to limit myself to anything. I haven't said what I say. I don't turn on anything but a bed sheet. So whatever comes my way, I know that they has to be divine, and through God, if it's given to me in that capacity. So if it's international, then it's international. If it's state bound, it's state bound. Whatever he is given, I'm receiving and I'm walking in it.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's cool then. That's cool. And now, what advice would you give someone who needs therapy and a life coach, but they're afraid of seeking that type of help?
The advice that I would give for sure would be take the take the restrictions off. Help isn't a weakness.
Right.
Support isn't a weakness. These are strengths. When you're able to say what it is that you need, you're putting into the atmosphere that there's no pride, there's no ego, there's no vain, no vanity, right, about it, no selfishness that happens when you restrict yourself from sharing with somebody else. There's no shame, right? We tend to be ashamed of what life has dealt us. And the whole time, these are things that people are needing to hear about, to know one, that they're not by themselves, two, that there are others like them, and then the support that comes from it. There shouldn't be shame in what your life has handed you. And to not, again, put a cap on what receiving support looks like from people, because a lot of people don't know what that even looks like. That's why they restrict it. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing that I would say, or advice that I would give is, or I'll say, it's so freeing when you know, or you can confidently share those things about yourself, because people can't shame what you're not ashamed of.
Mm-hmm.
They can't shame you. They can't put you in a box. They can't make you feel bad about it. That is your life. Everybody has something going on. I guarantee you, everybody got something in the closet that they're not willing to share. And
Mm-hmm.
so, right, you're no different than any other person. What makes you different is the fact that you decided to choose yourself. You decided to
Exactly.
choose yourself, and stand 10 toes behind choosing yourself first, and the freedom that comes behind your honesty, your lack of shame. Like, there's so much freedom that comes behind that, knowing that you got that off your chest. It's not moving through your body, it's not in your brain. So that's definitely the advice. Do not be ashamed of allowing yourself the freedom of showing up for yourself. This is how you show up for yourself. And it starts with being honest with yourself first.
Yeah, and it seemed like I'm sure it may be a huge weight lifted off your shoulder once you do get the help, because you got some
Absolutely.
people. Yep, it's like they're being taught to hold things in and don't get help. Oh, it'll be okay. Just stay strong. And then sometimes that don't be enough. And then,
Sometimes it's not. And yeah, there's some people who can do that very well, right? But there are some people who need some support and some assistance. And if you're one of those people, then get the support that you need. Everybody is not capable, right, of the I can get myself together. And there's no shame in that. I
mhm,
needed some support. I needed to go see a therapist. I needed to put my stuff somewhere, especially if you're not in safe spaces and places with people that you can entrust this very vulnerable and honest space of yourself. You need a non-biased ear, right? Life
yep,
coaches and therapists are non-biased ears that don't know you, and don't know the situation and really can't judge it, but allow you, like we said in the beginning, um, uh, um, um, at a little blank, girl, in the beginning where you said that. Man, my brain couldn't even pull it back, Ashley,
right.
because it was
That's
so.
okay
It was
about being a good ear, like
being
listening,
a good ear, yes,
be a good
ma'am.
ear. Okay,
Yes, and because sometimes people they don't need you to fix them, right? You fix cars and you fix, paint, you fix other things, but you don't fix people. People sometimes just need a safe place to release, and
right.
that's what therapy and life coaching is for. Is just to create a space. We don't fix you, but we help give tools where we see you lacking. We'll give you tools to help fill in those gaps, so that you can, create this pavement that isn't missing these important bricks to get you over that bridge. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Exactly.
I'm not here to fix you. That's not my job. But my responsibility is to hear you, to hear your heart, and then ask what it is that you truly need in supporting you on your journey of loving yourself in totality.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Because it's like therapy and life coach, I hear a lot of positive things about it. It's the best thing you can do instead of just lashing out of anger and things like that. It's just best to try to talk to someone about how you feel, because sometimes speaking about it will make you feel better rather than just acting out and anger and stuff like that. Because that's what
Absolutely.
some people tend to do.
Yes, they do. There's a difference in reactions and responses. Reaction is emotionally bound. That means that it has no thought process. It is all feelings. Response is wisdom, right? You
Mm,
took the time to take a breath, you thought about what was being said to you, and then you responded. There,
exactly.
there's a huge difference in that.
Yep, yep, it is. It is. Now, besides helping someone, now what else do you find rewarding about being a life coach?
Being able to watch my clients, I always say, glow and grow.
Okay.
Glow and grow, seeing them overcome those things that at one point in time that they couldn't even muster the conversation for, and then to see them walking in it and then thriving, right? Moving
Uh-huh.
to different states, starting new jobs, those type of things, taking those leaps of faith, the same leaps that I had to take to be in this position. They're taking those same leaps into the things that God has designed for them, and they're not afraid of what's going to happen. And even if they are afraid of it, they don't allow fear to trump what the purpose that God gave to them. That you can have fear and still move forward. Fear is a human response. It's there naturally to protect you, but on the other end it also can be a handicap if you're not careful and you're not sure yourself. Fear
Hmm.
just says this is uncomfortable, but the logical side of that says that it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary for me to shift and to change in order for me to continue to evolve in life.
Okay. All right. And then, so how many clients have you had thus far?
Let's just say, well, I always say all of my hair clients are my coaching clients as well. They're the lucky ones because they get the two for one, and you get a full time stylist along with a life
Hmm.
coach. So if I had to say it in that capacity, I definitely have 136
Oh,
uh, clients in
wow.
totality. On the other end of that, on the coaching realm, I'll say that I have had a solid about 10
That's good.
because I'm part time. So I'm here or there, but the bulk of my work goes in the salon behind the chair. I do a lot of that behind the chair naturally.
Oh, okay. And that's nice too. Wow. Yeah, before you know it, it'll be 100 and then it'll be
We'll
500 pretty
claim
soon.
it.
Yeah,
Listen,
you
I
never
received
know.
that.
Exactly. Yes, because that's, I mean, that's amazing to put two in one. You know, you do hair and you talk to people, all of that.
Yes.
And it's like you putting both of your passions together at once too.
I always say the best of both worlds. And everyone can't walk through my door. I'm very intentional about that too, because again, it is a very sacred space to me, and it's a sacred space for my clients as well. I'm never knowing what people are walking into the salon with, and so again, I'm very intentional about creating an atmosphere that's very relaxed for them, so that they feel safe enough if they decide and want to share. Then they have a very safe space for that. They know for a fact it's not getting out, to anyone else, and what God gives me to give to them is specifically for them in that time.
Okay. Now, do you currently do virtual meetings as a life coach, or everything is just 101 in person?
No, I offer virtual. So I do have a client that I'm attempting to work with now that's in New York. And so there's a Zoom call that's set up. I do have a Calendly, an account that sets up either Zoom or one-on-ones. I've had a I've had the on call where I go and see the client. So a little bit of both. Again, like I said, I'm not restricted to a box. I'm going where needed. And if God, for sure, I pray about it before I take on whatever I'm going to take on. But
Oh,
I definitely am very solid about when I get the feeling to either, I don't know, I need to be in a space with you.
mm-hmm.
Let's do a 101 in a setting, or go meet somewhere, that type of thing. But I'm not against the Zoom or, because again, like you said, 100 to 500, these clients could be anywhere across the world. They need to have access of some shape, form, fashion.
Exactly. And you know what? That's the beauty of technology too. It's like it would allow you to do so much. Now
Yes,
versus doing
absolutely.
therapy and life coach back in the day, it was probably harder to where you would have to have you would have to have a location for people to come. So now
Hmm.
that's like rent, you got extra rent you got to pay too. But then versus with
Hmm.
technology, you eliminate that. You only might just pay a monthly fee for Zoom or something, and that's that.
That part, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what now. Well, that's one thing I can say I like about technology, though. Yeah,
Being able to reach the masses in a quicker way.
exactly right. Yeah, just a click of a button and you got and you see them. So that's
Yes,
like I said
ma'am.
again, that's the beauty of having Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and as a life coach now, how do you cope with stress? Because I'm sure a life coach can be a little bit overwhelming depending on the person you helping. So how do you cope?
Absolutely. I didn't share, but I will. I was diagnosed with ADHD, which isn't, uncommon for most. And so learning how to, if you will, stabilize that. I chose not to do meds because I kind of like my personality. There are different variations of meds, but I'm choosing to not. So I know that my diligence of work is definitely, again, intentional. And so I do meditation. I'm definitely a girl who's reading or consciously seeking information on how to calm the nervous system. Actually listening to my body and knowing when to take a break, right?
Hmm.
Knowing when my cup is empty or partially empty and needing time to refill. I also do mini sabbaticals, meaning where I go away, take some time for myself to consecrate, reset, refocus, that type of thing. So I'm super intentional about that. Um, it can get a little shadowy at times because again, I love doing hair, and so at times that time will go really, really fast, and I'll be like, man, I've been in here for months, no break, nothing like that. So it's like my body is now like acknowledging the fact like, okay, girl, okay, Rashee, right, it's time for you to take some time. And so learning to listen to that voice that's saying, right, you need restoration and knowing when to take it. But yes, for sure, sabbaticals, meditation, um, reading, consecration, all of my toolkits, my journal, occasionally. And I don't always write in a journal. Sometimes I talk because I'm a talker. I'll
Right.
do I'll do voice notes, just to release all of the thoughts, all of the internals. And that's not something I've always done really well. Something I had to continue to practice. And remembering is not something that you master. It's something that you continue to practice and continue to build that muscle around. And
Okay.
giving myself grace, even when I don't meet that threshold or I can't take these breaks like I say that I want to, giving myself grace in that, but still also knowing how to come off without visibly going away, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yep, it do. Yep. Now, how long do you meditate for?
It depends. So in the morning, for sure, I give 30 minutes to just being up. I don't really get up out of the bed, but I kind of sit, breathe. I have some stuff on TV, YouTube that I might put on. Sometimes it's just me and the Lord. Sometimes it's just praying and asking for covering. But just being able to sit in solitude, being able to sit in quiet, that even when those thoughts start to move, that I know what to do with them when they're coming. Because again, we're human, they're going to come up. But knowing how to move them aside and really put that focus into centering myself so that I am in a prepared space that when the intuition and the discernment needs to be utilized, that I have fresh eyes, I have a fresh energy. And when I can't, I'm aware of that as well. And then I won't put myself in positions where I'm receiving things or I can't process, or I might end up dropping a person or dropping information. I have to be careful with that. But I definitely am that girl. And if I can't do it in the morning, then I definitely do it at night. I try to do both. But that's something again I'm building the muscle in on how I really want to do it. If I want to do day, if I want to do night, as long as I'm doing it. Sometimes in the middle of the day. It just depends. I get whatever I need when I need it and how I need it.
Okay, nice. So now you were now how many like for anyone that's new to meditating, like how often would you want that person to meditate for?
So there's this exercise that I say because, people hear meditation. I think we're in a world now where things are being pushed at us at a very, very rapid pace. And
Uh-huh.
everybody, it sounds really good, feels really good, and so everybody jumps on, but it's not sustainable. It's quite often why people fall off, right? Because it's not something that's embedded in you. So there's this activity that you do to help train your body for meditation, because you can't go from being extremely busy and then saying, hey, I want to meditate for 30 minutes. I want to meditate for 45 minutes. Because some people can meditate for 2 to 3 hours. It just depends on where you want to go with that. And so
Hmm.
you have to train the body and the mind to focus in that capacity. And you can't do that just on a whim and a prayer. You definitely have to practice it. So the exercise is you get a candle, you get a piece of paper, you get a pencil, you light that candle, you set a timer for 2 minutes. In that 2 minutes, as you focus on that flame, you tally. You don't take your eyes off the flame. You tally. You do a tally mark. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and try to line it. You just keep tallying those tally marks. Every time your brain drifts off, do a check mark. And you can do this exercise every single day. And what should happen is that each day that you do this exercise, you should have less and less tally marks, which means that you're building your focus muscle to be able to center yourself so that you can have that clear thought process of meditation. It's something you have to practice. It's not something that comes natural. And then when you say, hey, I want to do 30 minutes, if you can do that with your candle or you set a timer, it doesn't have to be a candle, it could just be sitting. Start to increase that time of your focus, right? You start with 2 minutes. The following week, if you did well, then you'll increase to 5, right? After that, you'll increase. And so do an exercise that causes you to focus. Do some reading that causes you to have to be attentive and aware of what you're reading to process it. So those are a couple of things for sure that you can do to start or get a kickstart to meditation. There also are some um, what's this guy that I like to listen to on at least when I started? His name, Jason Stevenson. He's on YouTube. He has a bunch of guided meditations where he guides you and teaches you how to regulate your mind and your body. You know, Sometimes you have to start like that too. So you
Hmm.
can do the combination of the exercises and then guided meditation. Once you've gotten the guided part and you just know what to do with it, then you can kind of push into your own mastery of how to meditate on your own. But that guided meditation for sure was something that was really, really good too.
Yeah, because I definitely want to look into meditation because it's like I see people on YouTube meditating, but it's like I would want to know the proper way on how to do it and how to like set my mind up to meditate to where I
Hmm.
don't have any distractions coming in and whatnot. So that's why I was
Hmm.
wondering, like, really, how does that work with meditation? And I heard it helps, release a lot of stress and things
It
like that.
does.
Yeah, and it
It
kind of
does.
makes you a stronger person.
Yeah, and again, it builds into that awareness of yourself, because when that body starts to regulate, when that nervous system starts to regulate, when you're really again being honest with yourself and releasing those things that are holding you back, it starts to your body feels empty, and that's something that people run from because they're like, man, I don't have no thoughts, I don't have no feelings. Because I remember that was one of my things. I'm like, man, I'm not feeling anything. I don't feel no anxiousness. I don't feel any like that. Didn't even feel normal to me because I never knew what it felt like, right? Um, and so people will run from that part like it's too quiet, it's too this, it's too that. I'm like, what is too quiet? What is too peaceful? What does that even mean? When you're accustomed to trauma and turmoil, your body doesn't know how to read peace. So you have to train it to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't go to I said this to some of my clients, you can't train to be in a weightlifting competition, right? Sign up today and then go tomorrow and then think you're going to win. You have to train your muscles, you have to train your mind, you have to train your body, what you eat, what you listen to, what you take in. All of those are parts of how you center yourself to be in a very focused meditative state.
Okay. Okay, and that make a lot of sense too. Now, have you thought about starting your own YouTube channel about meditation?
I have a channel that I don't post to, guilty shame, but not
Okay.
ashamed. Um, I think for me, like I said, the world will push you really fast. And so you'll try to dive into all of these entities. You have to know yourself. And I said, okay, Rashee, that's just way too much, too fast, too soon. Those are things that I do think about, but not running too fast. So I had to learn how to compartmentalize. That is on the list eventually, but not something that is a top priority.
Got you. Okay, it's like something that will eventually happen.
Yes.
Okay, okay, well that's good too. That's good. And I like, what are ways would you advise people to cope with grief, fear, anxiety, stress, and anger?
I would have to say That's a multifaceted question for sure because it has so many layers to that. Um, if you're not good at bringing yourself back from those spaces, if you don't know where anxiety is coming from, if you are not familiar with grief and what that looks like, because that looks different for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's grief space looks completely different. If these are things that you are not familiar with, right? It can be happening to you, but you're not familiar with them. Then my first is to say go seek some guidance or assistance or some support, right? Via therapist, counselor, life coach, someone who specializes in those things that you're needing support in. I'm never
Uh-huh.
ever going to say that you can work through all of those on your own because, like I said, that's a multi-level. Like, yeah, that there's a lot in each one of those things that you said because there's different levels of anxiety, there's different levels of depression, depending on the grief, the person. So I would say first seek a professional if you can, with just helping to see what you know and then what it is that you need to work through those things.
Uh-huh.
Because again with life, right, that all can happen in 1 week's time. You could lose somebody that can push you into anxiety, that can push then into depression, that then can push into, all of that can happen in 1 week. That's a lot to happen at one time.
Uh-huh.
Allow yourself grace and know that you're human, that these things happen to everybody. Seeking a professional is number two. And then number three, allow yourself grace to work through it because those
Okay.
are all processes that require time. It doesn't go away quickly. It never really goes away. I don't know if people really talk about that enough, that these things never really go away because when holidays come, birthdays come, these wounds reopen, which feels like you're starting all over again with the process. What
Uh-huh.
helps are the tools that you gain from it, from going to seek help to help you work through them a lot faster.
Okay. Okay, and that is some good advice too. So, like now, what else is next for you? So you are a successful entrepreneur. You run your own hair shop, and you also a life coach, and soon to be podcaster. So, what else is on the list for you to accomplish?
Those are definitely my top three. I think it is now diving back into the coaching space full force. I am ready for that, which means that the podcast is creeping in sooner than I anticipated, which is great. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing because they probably will work simultaneously together.
Oh,
Um, but that's my next phase for sure is podcasting with the coaching, one-on-one or the group coaching.
okay. Okay, well that'd be cool too, and I'd definitely be looking forward to the podcast too.
Yes, ma'am.
So now do you think you're gonna be weekly or bi-weekly?
I'm thinking weekly, once a week.
Once a week, okay.
Yep, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, once a week, and then seeing how that flows and goes. And again, like I said, I am allowing God to use me in that space. If he feels like I need to throw in some extra, then he will. But as of now, just on paper, I'm wanting to do weekly.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool too. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking
Hmm.
forward to it. So
Yes,
I can
because like the
subscribe to.
goal, yeah, the goal is to have a topic per month and then each week have a subtopic of what that topic is. So kind of like that intro close and then closing it out. So that way you get some good substance for the entire month, but it's not the same topic every week, you know?
Exactly. It's a variety basically.
Yes, ma'am. Hmm.
Okay, okay. Well, that's cool then. That's cool. Now, what advice would you give someone that wants to be a life coach or entrepreneur?
Do it. Like Nike.
Yeah, like
Just
Nike.
do it. Take
Yep.
the leap and do it. Again, fear is a handicap. Fear will keep you restricted. It puts you in this box. We fear failing, and I say, is it really failing, or are there lessons that come from that? You only become better with each drop. right, of something that happens, right? I started podcast and I'm like, man, I don't feel like it's going how I want it to go. It's the goal is to never quit, to continue to go because it's going to reach somebody. Knowing that what you have, what God purposed you with, is going to reach somebody, even if it's one or two, you still completed the task of reaching somebody. So remove the fear, remove the concern of what you think people will think about what you're doing. And again, like Nike, just do it. Take the leap and move
Hmm.
forward. You never know what's on the other side. And if you fear it, you'll never see it either.
Yep, that's so true. Yeah, because we got to look at what fear stands for: falsifying evidence appearing real.
Hmm.
Exactly. So yeah, you definitely can't let fear get in the way. And then what advice would you give to someone to help them stay organized as a life coach and entrepreneur? Because some people it's like they want to do these things, but they don't know how to stay organized.
Yeah, outsource.
Okay. Okay.
You have all of these amazing people that do all of these amazing things. Again, the world is changing very rapidly.
Uh-huh.
I know that I'm a person that's always consumed, especially with being in the salon. I am a thinker, sometimes an overthinker. And so it's okay to outsource to say, hey, I need someone to say, I know that that's not my strength, right? Know your strengths and your weaknesses.
Hmm.
If this is a weakness for you, then you outsource it. You get somebody that's strong, that's able to hear what you have, write it down, put the structure together for you, right? And then you execute it. If you need to outsource, outsource it. But also on the person that doesn't want to outsource it, funds may not be there for that. Um, Create time to sit with yourself to do that.
Okay.
It goes back into the meditation space, being able to sit with yourself, to really sit and write these things down, to be able to compartmentalize, create these to-do lists or tasks, right? Don't bite off more than you can chew. If you say, hey, I can do two things today, do the two things. If you get a third, great. If not, continue with that list the following day. So you have to create structure around what it is that you're trying to do.
Okay. Okay. And that make a lot of sense too. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna have some fun now. We're gonna play a game called What Would You Rather Do? I'm
Okay.
just gonna ask you some questions and you just figure out which one would you rather do. All
Okay.
right. So question number one, would you rather take a cruise to Hawaii or would you rather travel to a resort to Puerto Rico?
A cruise to Hawaii.
Okay, okay, nice. All right. So would you rather have a margarita or start your morning off with a mimosa? It's a tongue twister almost.
Man, that's a good one because I like them both. If I had to choose, I would say start the morning off with a mimosa.
Yeah, those mimosas are good. Yeah, I had just recently came back from out of town and I had one and it was really good.
Listen to me, okay?
Yeah, it's like you started your morning off right. And then they put a little
Yes.
juice in it too.
Listen to me, okay?
Yeah, they got you ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now would you rather go on a date with Morris Chestnut or Lorenz Tate?
Girl, just
Right.
beautiful, okay?
Yeah, it's
Again, I would choose both, but more, I'm gonna have to say Lorenz Tate.
okay. Yeah, yeah, he's cool. He's actually from Chicago too.
He is. That's why I said I'm gonna have to do my fat tails plans. Yes, I'm gonna have to go with the Lorenz Tate.
Yeah, yeah. And he was did you see him in Power too?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, I've watched his career like I was, a fan. Now, interesting fact, here's a little, not a little tea, but what my grandmother says, there's this house in the corner. This is one of the houses that he bought his dad some years ago. And
Uh-huh.
so I'm literally up the street from his dad's old residence.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
Yep, I just found that out about a month ago. I was like, get out of town.
Right. That his father lived his father used to live up the street from you.
It's a beautiful house that's built on the corner. I was like, they built this on this corner. It's beautiful. And then come to find out, that used to be his dad's house. He had the house built for his dad.
Oh, wow, that was nice.
Yeah,
Wow. But yeah, he was funny in Power being that politician.
listen to me. You know how I feel about politics because you're one of my clients too. Like you know how I feel about politics. No
Right,
judgment,
yeah.
just saying, not my cup of tea. Not my
It
cup
was
of
like he
tea.
was like, well, maybe politics is not your thing.
At all, at all. But beyond that, just the eye candy and how he's aged beautifully.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Morris Chestnut as well. Like no shade to Morris Chestnut. That's a chocolate man too. But these Tate brothers have aged very beautifully.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they taking care of
Yes.
themselves.
But listen, I'm here for it. And again, to be on that side, I'm watching because I
Uh,
want to be right there too.
exactly right. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
So, would you rather go to the Cheesecake Factory or Hibachi's?
Okay, I am a sucker for the Cheesecake Factory. One cheesecake is my favorite dessert besides peach cobbler. So yes,
Uh,
Cheesecake Factory, be pleased.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I like their food too when they cheesecakes, but it's like
Hmm.
Hibachi's is cool too. I like it when they cook in front of you.
Yes, I love that part, but me and cheesecake go get real
Oh
bad.
yeah, they say I go. That's the restaurant there.
Yes, I'm really going for the cheesecake, but just because I'm here, I guess I'll eat a meal or two too.
Exactly. Yeah, they give you nice portions for your money. Cause I be hating going to them places and they don't give you enough for your money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know the world we live in.
Right.
Everything goes up and the portions go down.
Yeah, because I know I had took my dad out to somewhere in Orland Park called Seasons 52,
Okay.
and the food was good, but the portions just wasn't big.
Hmm.
It's like all that money you spend and to only get that, I
Listen,
didn't take nothing home.
listen. I'm ready to go back in the kitchen and just
Right.
start cooking again.
Yeah, it's like that. It defeats the purpose. That's see, I'm a cooker. I just cook at home. Sometimes I go out, but I just rather
Mhm.
cook my own stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand
Uh-huh. Especially with how high food is.
that part. Okay, save us some coins. I can do a hibachi at home too.
Uh-huh, exactly. So
Just
would
don't
you
burn
rather,
the house down.
huh?
Just don't burn the house down.
Is that oh yeah, yeah, they do be playing with them flames though.
That's what I'm saying. Please don't burn your house down.
Mm-mm. And then they be playing with the egg and stuff, and then they throw it up, and then yeah, they know what they doing.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, I couldn't do that either.
Mm-mm.
So would you rather have a slice of caramel cake or a slice of red velvet cake?
Oh, girl, you are taking me.
Right. It's like you
Lord. Jeez. Um, those are both my favorites too. Oh, it's so stressful.
right.
Um, I would have to say caramel cake.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because I know if I had to choose, I'd probably choose the red velvet.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but not caramel fire too. Have you
I
checked
know
out
that's
that
why I
bake?
say it's very hard to do. It's very hard to do that. I'm like, man, if you put them together, that's a great combination.
Mm-hmm.
But man, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure people do that too.
I'm sure.
Yep, yep. Now have you checked out that bakery, Brown Sugar Bakery?
Yes.
Yep. You
I
know what?
I
Don't
live
even go.
I live
I
there quite often.
Dude, I haven't even gone yet.
Oh, you have to
Yeah.
go. You have to go. They definitely have your caramel cake, which is amazing. The caramel is made from scratch. And then they also, right, to the real velvet, they have that. And then they have this cake called the Obama cake. So it's different layers. There's a red velvet chocolate, vanilla, like heaven.
Hmm.
Okay, you can listen. Gone. Sundays typically are the best times for me because I'm off, and normally on Sundays, depending on what they have left, they typically have a special. If you buy, like four slices, you get a fifth slice free, something like
Uh-huh.
that. They always have some specials going on Sunday because they're trying to clear out inventory. Not sure if they still do it, but for sure when I was going, that's what they were doing. So that's the best time because then everybody can get a slice of cake so they don't eat yours.
Exactly. Okay. I had to check that Obama cake. I mean, because I went on their website, but I didn't see it.
Okay, or maybe they're not making anymore. But I always go in the store. I don't go on the website.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I,
Got you.
I take that drive, girl. I get on up there, get on over there,
Yeah, go
get
ahead
on
and
over
get.
there.
And I heard they give you nice slices
Oh,
too.
they're huge. They're huge.
And that's how it should be. I mean, if you're gonna charge
Yes.
somebody a certain amount for a slice, make sure they get a nice slice.
Yes, that part, and they don't miss. They
Uh,
haven't missed.
well, that's good. Then that's good. So now, would you rather be an actress or a singer?
Oh. Ashley, these are some great questions.
Yeah.
My goodness. I feel like I'm the girl that's stuck in between the two. I'm so dramatic, but also I love to sing. Um, but I would have to choose sing because karaoke and I go together like, a great pair of pumps on an amazing pair of calves.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with that too. And at least with some
Listen,
singers, they transition to acting, like with Beyonce, went from singing and then she do a little bit of acting.
listen, that's what I'm saying. I was like, these are really great. These are really combos. I'm like, yeah, you could put them together. But if I had to choose, because it said one or the other, I'm trying to follow the rules. I definitely would have to choose sing.
Okay, okay, nice. You'll be on tour in the heartbeat.
Listen, hello. I'll never shut up.
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, got your album coming out, EPs.
Listen, all the things. I sing now like I'm a professional, okay? And baby, my notes be all over the place, but also mind your business.
Right, exactly, yeah. You
Yes.
be in the car singing, all the places singing.
All by myself.
Yep. Yep. So now would you rather listen to Alicia Keys or Mary J. Blige?
I gotta give it to my girl Mary J. Because 90s is the thing.
Yep.
90s are my thing.
Yep. Yeah, especially Not Gonna Cry No More.
Listen, I mean, just Mary J in general. Come on, share my world. What are you talking about? Like
Yeah, I know.
Alicia was bomb. Okay, what was her album? Songs with A minor. Listen, the bomb. Okay, this girl's on fire. But Mary J. Blige all day. My 90s will always trend.
True. Yeah, if you're going through something, turn her on.
Listen, cause she gonna walk you and sing you through it. You hear me?
Yep. Yeah, like no more drama. That's another personal favorite song of mine.
Listen, 25/8. Okay, the list
Hmm.
goes on.
Yeah.
Mary, real love. Come on, it's the roster is long.
So what's one of your favorite songs to karaoke to Mary J?
Real love.
Oh, that's just
That's my jam.
yeah, when that beat drop is over with.
Listen, dun, dun, dun. Come on, everybody knows, and it gets the crowd going every time.
Yeah. I never forget one time I had went to this restaurant and they had the song Happy playing and this guy was trying to sing the song. Oh my God. I'm like, that don't even sound right.
Oh, for real version.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
for
talk
real
about
song.
happy. Yeah, oh yeah, trying to sing it. He was all over the place. I'm like,
But that's what makes karaoke fun. I'm gonna tell people all the time. I said they started to mess with karaoke when they had too many professional singers trying to sing. I said this is not Battle of the Bands. This is not American Idol. Karaoke was made for the poor singers and then add some alcohol and even pour. Like it's a good time. So
Yeah.
you're supposed to be awful.
Is that right? Yeah. But see, but you know what's crazy though? When I be looking at American Idol or America's Got Talent, every
Hmm.
time those singers don't do well, they want to blame it on karaoke. But I was good at karaoke. But I mean, that's
Yes,
karaoke.
that means somebody told you a story.
Right, exactly. Crazy.
That part.
Okay. Yeah. Now, would you rather watch the movie Baby Boy or Soul Food?
Ashley. Oh, these are so good. Jeez. And there are two different ends of the spectrum. Mm,
Soul Food was funny.
listen, Soulful is amazing, okay, because I am a Southern girly, naturally family, oriented, that type of thing. And so I'm probably gonna have to lean towards soul food. I love Baby Boy though. Like,
I know. He don't love me no more.
listen, Johnny, like yes, no. I'm like, that's why I'm torn. Um, yeah, my goodness, I'm gonna stick to soul food. They gonna
Uh,
get me if they hear this. They gonna get me. I'm like, oh, that's my favorite boy. It's okay.
yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the uncomfortable. Soul food is my choice. That's what I'm sticking with.
Yeah. Especially when Bird burnt that bread.
Listen, listen, all the things, and then Uncle Pete with that TV with the money in it,
Yeah.
and then all of the family drama. I'm just like, and it was relatable, even with Baby Boy, it was to a certain degree, but for sure on the cultural side, soul food definitely had those family traumas and traits, and those type of
Hmm.
things that made you remember your grandma, made you remember the messy auntie, made you remember those people because it was something that you could connect to. So, and
Right,
again, being
like
an empath, I connected to soul food for
it,
sure.
exactly. Like she had ran out of that kitchen with a knife.
Listen, baby, ready to end you with over anything. You scared
Yeah,
me like I was like, oh, this is nasty. What's the girls doing now? Closet, closet, stay time.
that was funny. And then they gonna play it off like ain't nothing happened.
That's what I'm saying, because this is what we do, right? This is what we do. We we tussle with each other, and then we go back to normal like nothing, or what we deem normal to be. We go back, right? Nobody talks
Right.
about it. It's a taboo. We are quiet. We're gonna act like that lady did come at that kitchen with that knife. We're gonna act like we don't know that old girl slept with something. Like we gonna act. Oh Lord, this is
Right.
nasty, right?
Be
It's
grinning and cheesing all up in your
easy to
face.
grin and whispering to the side like, girl, now she know.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but I had to agree too. Yeah, Soul Food, that was the movie though. And you know what?
Yes.
I didn't know Big Mama was still living.
Yes. What was her name? Ola.
Irma P. Hall.
Yes.
I didn't know she was still living.
Yes. She's still hanging on in there.
Oh, and that's good too, because I know Ahmad's character, I forgot his name who played him. He had took a picture
Mm-hmm.
with her recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. Yeah, but
And
that's cool.
didn't even know she was still here because she was grandma back then.
Right, I know. That's what I'm like. Wait a minute. This movie came out about 25 years ago, just about.
Listen,
I didn't
listen.
I didn't even know. Like, wow.
Listen. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So now would you rather watch Eddie Murphy's Delirious or King's of Comedy only watching Bernie Mac's part?
Oh, girl, now I'm solid on this one. I'm non-wavering. Girl, Bernie Mac, him downstairs, please me, him downstairs.
Yeah, him downstairs. Yeah. Or he making fun of me.
Mm-hmm. You gotta put some milk and cookies. He asked me to put some milk
Yeah.
and cookies. Gonna talk about him downstairs like I ain't got no name. No,
Yeah, B Mac.
definitely. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac,
Yeah, he was
the
a legend.
king of
Yeah.
comedy for sure. And again, shout out Sinus.
Because I heard stories. He used to be on the L station telling jokes.
Yes, yes. Come on, Chicago has bred so many amazing, talent, so much amazing talent in this world. So yeah, I love that for us.
But he was on the L when it was safe to take the L then.
Hello, hello,
You
because
couldn't do that
right now,
today.
because right now you got to be careful, and then they are a little bit more stricter now with all of it. They're gonna boo you real quick. Chicago gonna let you know if they like you or not. They hold no barns, no punches, baby. They don't like you, they don't like you.
They probably gonna throw something at you, or probably not.
Yes, or they gonna tell you you get gone now. Go find something else to do.
Or they'll try to take the mic at you.
All the things, man. Anything to get you off, okay?
Yeah. No, oh, I ain't scared of you. That's what he used to say too.
At
Yeah,
all.
yeah, B Mac, he was the man though. And I used to love his show too.
Listen, I rewatched that entire series. You hear
Uh
me?
huh.
I've gone back to rewatch all of these series because that was great TV for us, for sure back then. But yes, I love me some Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was definitely the man. Rest in peace.
Yes, 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 for sure.
So now would you rather go roller skating or go bowling?
Bowling for sure. I was on the bowling team, so bowling is my
Okay.
thing.
I can't keep my arms straight.
You gotta practice. You
Yeah,
gotta
I,
talk about
I
that
still
practice. You
choose the
gotta
bowl.
practice it.
That's true. What they say, practice make perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like I would rather choose bowling over the because I last time I roller skate, I was a teenager.
Oh wow! Now I like roller skate. My knees won't let me.
Uh,
Mm-mm. And I'm too scared to fall. And I think because of my fear of falling, that I'll actually fall. So I just won't put myself in that predicament.
okay, and then that is so embarrassing. So then people gonna be they ain't gonna ask if you okay. They gonna keep on skating.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. This body a little different. It's not made like it used to be, and it's not accustomed to it. The type of workout that you get from skating alone, when you come off them skates, the next 3 days are excruciating.
Yeah,
your thighs, your fingernails, your eyelash, like your fingertips, everything hurts. The tips of your toenails. It's just tender. I'm like, what type of workout was this?
Right. You ain't warmed up or nothing.
Listen, and that body is aching for days. Now, I will say that's a great start to a workout. If you go roller skate, please continue to work out because that will be a waste of your body aching.
Yeah. And then if you do fall, it's your leg in the air with the skate.
All the things I'm like, oh no, I just can't picture myself falling at this very tender age of 38. Like, no, it's very tender. And
Right.
I work
You
on my
get a
and I
rough.
work on my legs. I'm like, oh no, honey, I can't risk damaging my legs, my hands, and I'm like, it's like, no, this won't be great. And I got two left feet anyway, so I trip over bad air. I'm just like, no, no, I'm gonna leave that.
Yeah. You don't want to break. It ain't worth breaking nothing. You got to wait on the ambulance to get there.
I don't have time. I don't have time. I'll stick to bowling.
Well, bowling can be risky too, because I done seen some people fall over the ball machine. One of
Oh, see,
my grandma's
no.
friend, and see, I had went bowling for my 16th birthday, so I invited him to come bowling. So he thought he was the stuff because he had got turkeys, getting turkeys like that. So and then he decided to walk back because he tried to watch him get a strike. This dude
Hmm.
fell backwards on the ball machine. He fell so
Seriously?
hard his hat came off. His eyes
Seriously.
got big, and the guy that was bowling next to us was like, "Ooh, sir, are you okay?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Right. And it's embarrassing. You can't live that down. You're gonna be remembered as the person that fell at the bowling alley.
Exactly. Yeah, that could. Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, or if you drop that ball on your foot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because the bowling balls are unforgiving too. You hear me? Or your
Yeah.
finger gets stuck in that bowling ball and that ball take you down the lane, that slippery lane too. Listen
Mhm.
to me. I've watched people collapse.
Oh wow, it's crazy
I've watched
too.
people collapse
And then you got to watch your hand when the ball coming out of the thing.
and hope that you don't release it backwards.
Right. Okay.
All the things, right? That go these techniques that go into maintaining this ball to go down this lane. So, like, yeah, no, mm-mm. But it's definitely safe. In my eyes, it's safer than the roller skates because
It,
see, I
it,
can control that ball a little bit more. The wheels, when they wheel, that's it.
mm-hmm.
That's it on them wheels, baby.
That's it. Yeah, rather choose bowling. I'm with you too. Yeah, yeah. So last question. Would you rather a Netflix and chill day or a day of meditation and just doing things around the house?
I'm definitely a meditation and doing things around the house girl. I'm not a huge TV girl. And I also don't get a chance to spend a lot of time at home because I spend a lot of time at the salons, taking care of things, moving around. So
Hmm.
I'm a girl that if I got some free time, I am probably going to rest it out and then clean up because again, when your space is clear, your mind stays clear.
That's true. What they said, a clean home is a happy home.
All right.
Yeah, because I can't stand disorganization.
No, you can't meditate in that. There's no peace in that. When it's
Right.
all in disarray, you have no function. Imagine what your brain doing. I'm like, oh no, I don't have time. I do that all the time because I'm a shoe girl, so I like
Yeah.
different shoes, and I don't put my shoes up right away because I like for them to air dry. So to make sure the tongue dries before I put them in a box. When I look up at the end of the week, Ashley, I got like 10 pair of shoes in the floor. I'm like, oh my god. And then again, I got two left feet. Right, I don't have to be on skates to fall. It's just, it's not great. So I have to get it together and
Yeah.
put them
It's
all
like,
up and.
because it's like I instantly get a headache. Look
Yeah,
at the
I'm like,
stuff, and then when I'm around disorganization,
when the walls start closing in, everything start feeling tight. Then you wonder why you can't think straight, you can't see straight, you start forgetting things. You definitely have to keep the space clear so that you can continue to keep a clear mind.
That's true. Yeah. Now with Netflix, I mean, you got some decent shows on there, but some of them
You
movies.
do. I'm currently watching Building the Band. It's
Okay.
so good. It's
Is it
so good.
is it about like what is it about?
So it's just like that, like making a band, they're building, they're trying to find another like boy band or girl band or a group.
Okay.
And so Kelly Rowland and rest in peace, Liam. What group was he with? One Direction.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah, he passed away. And so they did a little dedication to him at the beginning of this. But to hear, and again, I told you I love singing and all of that. So anytime someone sings, I'm always glued. That's probably the TV shows or anything like that that has singing, I'm glued to it. But these are some amazing singers. Literally, I'm just like, either y'all sing like this for real or y'all sing like this for real. And they got the vocals on them. So I definitely will find some shows occasionally that I can kind of binge watch episode after episode. And this is definitely one of them. This is one of the newer ones because, like I said, I've been watching the old shows. Martin, Bernie Mac. I've just been catching up and rewatching those things. Um, but yeah, there are some really great shows on there. But if
Yeah.
I had to choose, I don't have to have a TV. It's great, but I definitely could do some music playing, meditation, and cleaning up. Boy, listen, I probably clean a bunch of houses if you let me.
Okay. Yeah. When you get into that mood, yeah.
Yes, let me
Hmm.
work.
Yeah. Now, did you see that movie Straw on Netflix?
I absolutely did.
Now, yeah, I saw it twice, or I probably saw it three times. What did you really think about that from your perspective as being a life coach?
Um, well, again, that's another multi-layered for me. Um, because it was so relatable as a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
raising a daughter. Not that you don't have help, you got people, but again, not knowing how to ask, what that looks like, and then hitting those moments where you crash out, for sure, right? Brought everything back to me full circle on how grateful I was of learning how to be okay with asking for help, when necessary. If I could not seek it from my blood and being okay to outsource it, to find someone outside of my close knit that was going to hear me, or even being able to build a friend circle where I trusted someone like she trusted a lady in a bank. I can't call her name right now, but how she was able to trust her and trust Tiana Taylor's role as the detective, needing or having people in your circle who just again can hold space for you is necessary. And it was just so loud. Like I still don't have real words for it. And I heard the pros and the cons that people were giving another, Tyler Perry space, but to the women who could put themselves in her shoes, right? This was needed to know that they still have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got from that is that even when you think you're hiding and you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, there are people that still can see, right? See right through you. Those are your chosen people who can see past what you're carrying and still hold space for what it is that you need. So it was that thing for me, um, of knowing what that feels like on a personal level of having people who genuinely care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I gotta say, Tiana and Sherry played their roles to a T in that movie.
Listen, it felt like a sisterhood space of like that's my
Yep.
auntie, or that's a great auntie, that's grandma now.
It
How they come right on in and love you right on in that space. They love you right where you are.
is.
Everything isn't about fixing you.
Yep. Because pretty much all she needed was support, though.
Hmm.
And that was it. And then that's why she was so adamant about speaking to Tiana, speaking because she didn't want to speak to them other people because they couldn't relate to her.
I need someone who can understand merely, and that's empathy, right? I don't have to be in the same situation, but empathy allows me to be right here with you, whether I can sympathize with it or not. I can hold space for it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need you to know my story or fix me. I just need you to hear me. I just need someone to hear me while I have a space to release this.
Yep. And then you saw how she did it at the bank. I mean, because it's like, could you imagine having a day like that?
Listen to me. And when you're trying to dot all your I's and cross all your T's, and it seems like the world is against you, and the more you think you're trying to get ahead, you get knocked back 10, right? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm tired of climbing this mountain. And I said, it's all it is a breath between sane and insanity. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't take care of yourself, I used to question, what's the show that used to be out a long time ago? I don't know if it's still out or not. Like I said, I don't really watch TV like that, but it was what was the show? Snap.
Oh
I was
yeah.
going like, how do people get to those places, right? Of the snapped. Oh, in the last couple of years, I've realized like If you
Mm-hmm.
don't know yourself and you don't know how to again regulate that, it is very easy for you to go from sane to insanity or a moment of disassociation, right? Where you're not yourself, out of body experience, where the emotion is so consuming that it causes you to do something that's life changing.
Exactly. Yeah, because that's pretty much what happened with her. She just snapped. I mean, because if you listen to how the way her boss was talking to her, it's like how can't you talk to somebody like that and don't think they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel some way about that?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said that emotion, you have to learn how to balance your emotion with your logic. What they call emotional intelligence is what it's called. You have to be able to know that these are your feelings, but feelings don't always equal fact, and then knowing how to work yourself through your feelings to get to a resolve that makes sense, that isn't going to put you into, a worse predicament. And all it is a split second. It's literally a split second where it's life or death or it could cause you to be in harm's way. We see it all the time in this world, like, oh, somebody
Mm-hmm.
stepped on your shoe and they pop off, or, you blow your horn at me and I'm having a horrible day. What was that other? It was another movie on Netflix that was similar to that. Um, Russell Crowe was the guy. He snapped. He was having a horrible morning, and this lady like blew at him. He just wanted an apology, and she said no, and he made her day like a living double H-E, like a double H-E, hell. I don't want to say it on the
Mm-hmm.
podcast, but he made her day a living hell. Do you hear me?
Wow.
And I
Now,
was
what was the
like,
name
you
of this
just
one?
never know. I can't call it. They were in the car. And I watched it and I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna blow at anybody else in traffic.
Nah, you
Like
can't. Not the way.
it may
Uh-uh.
because you just don't know what people are dealing with, and because everything's so heightened right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know what people are feeling, what they're dealing with, and so my space that I always have is that empathetic space is that I meet you
Mm-hmm.
right where you are because I don't know what you're dealing with. I cover myself before I come into my salon suite to ensure with what I know to be true that if my client comes in with something heavy, that I don't consume what they're dropping off, right? And it then pop off because I misperceived something that they said, and now we tussling it back and forth with words. That shouldn't ever be that. That's your personal. I try to take that personal space out of there quite often, and actually just genuinely hear people. They don't have to be right. It doesn't have to be factual. Sometimes, again, people just need spaces to release.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing when to speak, when not to speak, that's wisdom.
It is.
That's discernment. That's intuition. Everything doesn't require an immediate response. Again, people want to fix people all the time, right? They want to correct them all the time. Sometimes let that be what it's going to be. If they're going to make a break for you to correct that person in that moment, you might know it to be true. That's great, right? But
Mm-hmm.
also, it doesn't require you to have to speak on it all the time.
That's true. Yeah, but
When
yeah.
I find out, I'll let you know what that movie is, because that was a really good movie. But they had some similarities with Straw in that one, um, of just what happens when you hit the breaking point.
Yep, and that's what happened with her because it's like
Hmm.
she was hallucinating the whole time. It looked like.
No, that was so wild for me. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, Tyler, I see what you dropped off. Really, really good. Really good movie.
Yeah. Only thing I wish is they would have been able to have the ending included to where they talk about her sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like she got in that car and that was it. I mean, they could have just had like a court scene going over her sentence.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the
But we
only.
don't, but we don't know what happened. It was a cliffhanger, but I think with all that was left, I don't think you needed anything else right then and there, because that was a lot to process.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we can assume she's gonna spend a long time in jail.
Yeah, but that was a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Boss talking to her any kind of way. And then the way that cop did her too. You gonna hit her
Yeah.
and then lie and said she hit you.
Listen, that's why I said it was so many layers to it. Now I didn't need anything else. After all of that, I don't need anything else. That was so like full of so many different emotions, so many things into one, right? Racial profiling, single mother, raising children, making ends meet, paycheck to paycheck, right? In between jobs. What does it say? Stuck between the rock and the hard place. There was so much in this one movie.
It was, and then she got evicted. And then
All
the way that
all the
her
things.
the way her landlord was talking to her too. Talking about,
Listen,
you said you was gonna have my money and you didn't do it. You know, you don't know what people going through.
all the things, all the things. All the
Hmm
things. Yeah, no, it was pretty heavy.
Yeah, it was too, but it was highly relatable too.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
if you couldn't relate personally, I'm sure they knew somebody.
Right. That's been through something similar like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So is there anything else you want to leave with the listeners?
I will. This has been a thing that's been adamant for me for probably the last couple of years. Again, in a world that moves very, very quickly, learning to love yourself in totality is key. That's the good, the bad, the indifferent. Learning all of that about you, allowing yourself grace in life to move accordingly, um, and remembering how to just be, right? How to just be present, how to be in the moment. Everything isn't about the future. I have this saying that I say to people, and sometimes it makes them think a little bit harder, make them feel some type of way, and that's cool. I'm comfortable with the uncomfortable. But if you wake up dead tomorrow, what does it all mean?
Exactly.
Learn, learn to be present. Being present again is a gift. We say some of these sayings and they're so cliche, right? The past is what it is, but the present is a gift. And if you get
Mhm.
a day or a chance to wake up each day, you get another opportunity, right, to create greatness. My motto for every day is to make a person smile. If I made more than one person smile, then I overachieve, which is great. But my goal every day is to make a person smile and how to just remember to be happy despite what life hands you.
Mm-hmm.
Take it on the chin and keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Yeah. Yeah, but and I do appreciate you for coming on the platform, discussing what it's like to be a life coach, giving advice to people that may want to be a life coach, and most of all, letting people know that it's okay to get help. It's not a weakness, it's a strength.
Absolutely. And I thank you for inviting me. I appreciate you taking time out to hear, little old me share all of these great little gems. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll be looking forward to that book and to them seminars and podcasts in the future.
Well, you know where to find me, Ashley. You know how to reach me. Oh, yes, ma'am. And I'll keep you in the loop for sure.
Is that, yeah, no problem. And also, did you want to provide your social media information or?
I can do that. Let me give you my Instagram. So my Instagram page is Coach Allen 2.0. That's CoachAllen 2.0.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a great rest of your evening.
All right, you too. That's going to do it for this episode of Aspiring Discussions. I would like to thank Miss Rashee again for stopping by, talking about life as a life coach and why it's so important to seek help when you are going through something traumatic and why you shouldn't be afraid to seek help. And I will be dropping a bonus episode this week, so be on the lookout. And please check out my second podcast, Wrestling Discussions, where I just recently released 2 new episodes and a bonus episode. And if anyone is interested, I still have merch on my website, and I will leave that info in the box as well. And I'm also going to leave Rashee's info in the box. Thank you all so much. Stay safe, and God bless you all.